Tuesdays are my days off and it's my dedicated day to catch up on any housework or yard work. Today is a rainy day, so I'll be spending the day inside. I have a huge problem with keeping myself hydrated throughout the day, so now I always start my day with a pot of tea. Today is chamomile honey tea. And I also make sure I drink a full cup of water with electrolytes to get the day started. Our ducks lay 2 eggs per day, so we have quite a few duck eggs laying around, and I'm wanting to preserve them in salt. This is called salted duck eggs and is a traditional way to preserve ducks in China. The eggs will be salty afterwards, and we will usually boil these and eat them with rice or congee. This is my 3rd batch because my friends love these, so I keep giving them away. The process is pretty simple. Boil 1 cup of salt to 4 cups of water. I'm doing 2 batches, so I'm doubling the recipe. Once the salt has dissolved, allow water to cool. Make sure the duck eggs are clean, then pour cooled water into a clean jar and allow to rest in a dark and cool place for 30 days. After that, you can take them out and place them in the fridge until needed. My husband and I deal with insomnia, so we are regular cannabis consumers. Lately, our lungs feel a little congested, so I wanted to make a lung straightening tincture to support our lung health. This tincture has mullein leaf to help soothe respiratory irritation and reduce mucus buildup, elecampane root, which helps promote healthy airflow to the lungs, thyme supports respiratory wellness, filter water to help infuse all the ingredients, and apple cider vinegar to help extract the active compounds from these herbs. Then this is stored in a dark and cool place for 2 to 3 weeks before it's ready to use. I also ran out of my Mucus-Clearing syrup that I take pretty regularly to soothe and clear any congestion due to constant vaping or allergies, so I'm making another batch. Each batch lasts about a month. This also has mullein leaf, which is fantastic for your lungs. It also contains licorice root to loosen mucus and support lung health, honey to help coat the throat and relieve any irritation, ginger root to support healthy digestion and respiratory function, and all of this is steeped in hot water. Once cooled, I strain it into a bottle and keep it in the fridge. Whenever I feel like I need this, I will take a shot of it 3 times a day for a few days, and it works wonders.
Hi, Novi.
Next is onto making dog food topper for our dogs. We use this as an additional supplement to dog kibble so they get some additional nutrition, and I make this every 2 weeks. I use our food processor to help me chop up some carrots and sweet potatoes. And the 3rd vegetable changes depending on whatever's in my garden. So in the winter time, I've used things like squash that are overwinter like this time, as well as broccoli or napa cabbage. And in summertime, probably be a lot of zucchini and whatever else is in my garden. The main protein is always lean ground turkey, and I cook that off in some coconut oil. The dogs always know when I'm making this for them and they get super excited. In addition to ground turkey, we also like to add some organ meat. It's usually chicken hearts and pork liver. For the chicken hearts, I like to boil them first, and then I will use my food processor to ground them up so I don't have to chop it myself. And same thing for the pork liver, I will boil it first and then cut it up and use the food processor to chop it up. I also add some brown rice to this mixture as well. Once the turkey is cooked, I will go ahead and add in my carrots and sweet potatoes, as well as the squash. Then I go out to my garden and put some fresh parsley that I always add in this mixture as well. I found a little snail, which is my duck's favorite snack. And I always be sure to bring some over to my chickens as well as a treat.
Ready? Watch out.
Once inside, I will chop up the parsley and then just put everything into the meat mixture. Then both of the organ meats go into the mixture as well, and the cooked brown rice. Lastly, I add in some turmeric as well as crushed eggshells for additional calcium. Then everything gets packaged up. Half of it will go into my fridge, the other half will go into freezer until needed. My cat Nova is always so jealous of the dog food, so I always let her enjoy whatever's left over in the pot. Then it's lunchtime. I never feel like eating after cooking organ meat. I think it's the smell. So I'm just making a quick, easy, cheesy toast with sunny side up eggs for my husband and my friend Mia, who helps me with my business. I try to live as waste-free as I can, so I have been saving all of my eggshells. I will use these in the dog food to add additional calcium as well as in the garden. I just bake the shells at 250 degrees for about 15 minutes. Make sure the shells are clean on the inside and the outside before baking. Then I pulverize the dry shells in the coffee grinder to make sure the powder is as fine as possible. You can see here the bottom is when I use food processor, so although you grind it up, it's not as fine as when I use the coffee grinder on top. Usually on these days, I spend all day either in the kitchen or in the garden, but since today is raining, I have some extra time, so I did actually go to work and packed up some orders. Then around 6, it's finally time for dinner. Not just for us, but also for the dogs and the cats. This is how we use the dog food that we made. We'll do 1 cup of the dog food we make along with 1 cup of kibble twice a day. And they also get CBD oil on top of that as well.
No. Okay.
Because I spend so much time in the kitchen and in the yard on Tuesdays, I try to keep dinner as simple as possible. Today I'm making a semi-homemade spicy tilapia and cauliflower. And semi-homemade because the other day we went to our favorite Chinese restaurant and ordered our favorite spicy chicken. After I eat the chicken, I always take the chili peppers home so that I can cook it again with additional ingredients, and it tastes absolutely amazing. It's one of our favorites and it makes it so much easier on me. Then I always like to stir fry a quick vegetable to make sure my kids get some fresh veggies with every single meal. And then that was it for the day. This was a productive day, but it wasn't too busy where I felt overwhelmed. So overall, a great day. I hope you enjoyed this vlog video and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you again next Tuesday.